This place right here is the rudest, crudest, hole in the ground place I've ever gone to. That's all there is to it. And this truck will never be back here again. Well, hello there, you great and magnificent people. Guess what? We are having what I call an interesting day. If you guys haven't gathered by now, interesting means just not a great, pleasant day. We are here in Omaha, Nebraska. We're in the exact same place I left you off in yesterday's video. We've been here over 8 hours now, and this place, let's just put it this way, this place will never see first class again. Boy, I hate to whine about shippers and receivers because they work just as hard as the truck drivers do. But let me get something really clear through you. I have no troubles waiting. I will wait all day if I have to, if you're kind to me. This place right here is the rudest, crudest, hole in the ground place I've ever gone to. That's all there is to it. And this truck will never be back here again. Let's see how long they take, then let's get in a better mood, because we seriously have to get into a better mood. And this is all it took right here. Just Big Baby right here reminded me that, Dad, it's okay. Yeah. We're not going to make our reload. Well, we are going to make our reload, but the reload is not going to get unloaded tonight like scheduled. Where our reload is, yeah, we are going to do a drop and hook down here in Omaha, Nebraska. We're going to get rid of this trailer, then we're going to buzz up to Lamar's, Iowa, and I don't know if that one's going to be a live unload, which means they unload it with me hooked to it, or if I'm going to drop the trailer up there. Well, hey, let's stay positive. Let's think of good things. Like, per se, I got to take a 10-hour break without having to move the truck. That's a positive thing, right? Water. Really wide. Holy crap. Hi, I am picking up a trailer for Guntrin.
I got a call about you. I'm asking you if you can make this turn in this way.
Okay.
So you're going to have to turn in here. You have to turn around and then you're going to have to make it in that way.
Okay.
Okay?
Ready. I came in the wrong way. It's the name of my day. It's the wrong way. Oh boy, that's a big hole up there, and I can't go around it. Oh boy, come on. Oh, don't rub. Okay. We still have a bumper. Wow. Oh. Wow. It's okay. Can I just go home? Can anybody just send me a magic carpet? A lot of stress. I'm going through a lot of stress today for only being 80 miles from my house. Usually this kind of stuff is saved for long ways away. Not 80 miles from my house. All right, well, guys, we have our load of beef. Poor Opie, all he's had is a little tiny grass patch at that hole in the ground we were at a little bit ago. So we're gonna get out of Omaha, grab a rest area, and let my dog run. That poor dog. That poor dog. Times like this, I really am starting to feel bad for him when he gets stuck in here, especially when I have to set like that. You know, I didn't know how to, I was trying to think, okay, what's this video gonna be about? Is it gonna be about sitting and waiting for 10 hours to get unloaded? Is it gonna be about having to back into tight spots, you know, where I got unloaded? Because that entryway was hilarious. Hey, back into door 1, but don't plug our alleyway. But, or do I call it, you know, the dirtiest load I've ever hauled? No, that wasn't the dirtiest load I've ever hauled, but holy smokes. That place, the good part, here, prime example. That place that we went to for our reload, where we grabbed this trailer we have behind us now, that place is rough. Oh, it's rough. But you know what? The people behind the desk were very nice, very polite, and that makes the world of difference. Like I said earlier, I don't know if I'm going to leave that in there because it was a little bit of a rant, but just in case I didn't leave it in there, what I said earlier was I have no problem sitting. I have no problems at all sitting and waiting to get unloaded. I understand. I pull a refrigerated trailer. It's just the world I live in, the world I work in. But if you're going to be like that, if you're going to be a rude, obnoxious, arrogant, I don't think YouTube would like any other words I gotta say, person, then we're gonna have problems. German! Opie! He's in the dark. Dad, leave me alone, man! I've been trapped in that truck all day! Come on. Come on. I know, I am sorry. Yeah, right, man. You gave me just a little piece of grass and that was it. I have a lot of stuff to get rid of. And of course you got to walk through all that mud. I love it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It must have been warm here at one point because there's actually mud, but right now it's 28 degrees, which is way better than 28 degrees below zero. All right, let's wrap that up. Let's wrap up that whole fiasco down there. Guys, it stunk. It wasn't pleasant at all. Name of the game is kindness. I was not kind to her, but that was after she was mean to me. You pull my hair, I'm going to pull your hair. Isn't that how that works out? You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. You stab my back, I'll rip your back off. Boy, that sounds violent. That's too violent for Schmidt. That's too violent for trucking with Schmidt. Be nice to people. There you go. Be nice to people. That's the name of the game. Just be nice to people. And hopefully they'll be nice to you. And if they're not nice to you, be even nicer to them. Because a lot of times that makes them mad. When you're even nicer to them and they're being really mean to you. I must be an immature man. Alright, so right now we are just north of Missouri Valley, Iowa. I'm letting the German do his thing. I think he's liking it. We're going to stay here probably for about the next 30 minutes walking around. We're going to go for a nice long walk, get some stretching in, and then we're going to head up to Lamar's. I'll be back with you in a little bit. Let's go trucking. go. Nice and short trip, guys. All we had to do was, it was 130 miles. I knew it was somewhere around that 130 to 150 miles. One-handed, come on now. There we go. Oh, mercy. I tell you what, I think I'm done. We're going to take this trailer back to the yard. We're going to drop it off. Then we're going to go ahead and call it a week. That sound all right to you guys? I know that sounds all right to me, because it's finally, and this is going to sound really weird to say, but it is finally warm enough to go ice fishing. I know. Doesn't that sound weird to say, warm enough to go ice fishing? So that's all me and little Bud have planned, basically all weekend. I need to get the ice stuff ready, and then probably fish a couple days in a row there. I did get informed that I do have plans tomorrow? No, the next day. Tater Tot has a jazz band competition, and they need somebody to drive the equipment van. Somehow I've been volunteered for that. I know. Schmidt driving a school van. That's just flat out scary. So I'm going to do that, then we're going to go ice fishing the whole weekend. Now you heard me say earlier that I most generally don't pull what we hauled up here. And I've driven past this cold storage plant a million times, but I've never been here. And there's something else I've never done before either. I have never pulled one of these trailers. I know I hooked up to it and it felt extremely heavy. So I'm going to open the door up just to make sure it's empty. It is. This trailer is a 48. Oh shoot. Come on. Holy smokes. Wow. How's that go? How do you do one of these? Does it go like that? No. Like that? I assume it goes like that. This thing's kind of heavy. We hooked onto it and I looked at my load gauge on the tractor and the load gauge was up there like there was something in it. She looks like an old girl though. I think she just runs local, back and forth, the 30-mile stretch in between Lamar's and Sioux City, Iowa. I think that's all she does. Pretty sure. Alrighty, let's get on the road. Boy, I sure hope you guys don't mind. We had to switch cameras. I love my little action camera. Works great. Takes all the shaking out of the footage going down the road. But I tell you what, at night, I'm just so sick of not being able, when I go to edit a video, I can't see anything. And then of course when they go to YouTube, they're always darker. Alright, trailer's still attached. Let's roll. So we're just going to switch cameras here. Go to our fancy, high-tech, most expensive camera I've ever owned. I mean, this thing's about as high-tech as it comes. I think it's called a Samsung. Yeah, we're using the cell phone. You guys see those spotlights? Woo! They actually show up pretty good on this thing. I forgot. This is all we used to use. We used this cell phone all the way up till, what, 5,000 subscribers? When I hit 5,000 subscribers, I think I finally broke down and went and bought an actual camera. And I really would like to, I'm thinking about going and buying a different camera just for when I'm chitter-chattering with you guys, but probably not. I think I'm probably just going to add a second action camera, a second DJI Osmo to the mix. They seem to be doing pretty good. Just can't zoom. You always got to use a big microphone with them when I'm around the truck because it's loud. I think this trailer is a spring ride. We'll have to see when we get to the yard, but boy, she feels kind of springy, like it's a spring ride. And I haven't pulled a spring ride in over 10 years. Longer than 10 years ago. Oh yeah, she's a spring ride. I think I just heard the shackles back there. Nice. This suspense is killing me. It's flat out killing me. We must know if this is a spring ride trailer. I know I was wrong about the 48 footer. I got to looking in my mirrors. I'm like, nah, this ain't no 48 footer. Let's see. What do you think it is? Look at that. I know I seem easily amused by a spring ride trailer. The last spring ride trailer I pulled was a hopper bottom trailer, a grain trailer. And that was, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. Somewhere in there. That's cool. No, actually I needed to swing in the cases here. I gotta grab a couple things before we get to the yard there. If you're wondering what the difference is between a spring... Let me talk. If you're wondering what the difference is between a spring ride trailer and an air ride trailer, what you've seen there was a spring ride trailer. You can see the leaf springs. When we get back to the yard, I'll show you an air ride trailer if you don't know the difference, alright? Back to the yard. I don't know if I can handle running local all the time. That drives me nuts. I mean, this was extremely local. You know, real quick, I started reading my comments, and a message came through my messenger real quick, so I figured I'd buzz over to it real quick. I haven't got to all of them yet. I got one from a gentleman's kid thanking me for making, I don't know, making his day, or making, giving him something to watch. And all I can say here is, Kevin, you got a darn good kid there from what I was reading. The way they were talking about you, at least. All right, real quick. How do I do this without getting muddy? All right, you guys see this? Where's it at? There they are. All right. You see these? Those are called leaf springs. Most of you probably already know that. And almost all the old trailers had leaf springs. And I think some companies still do the old leaf springs because there's no air back here. The only air back here is the brakes. So you don't have to worry about anything, right? It's awesome, right? No. Just the 30 miles I pulled that trailer empty. If it had been daylight, I'd have stopped and put a camera back there, because the bumps you hit, I mean, there's no air ride. It's a boom, 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 boom. It's about like taking all the shocks off your car. And then this trailer here, you see that right there? Those are the airbags. Yeah, that adds more air to the trailer, to where more responsibility to the trailer, but they are a godsend. They save you a lot of like that, and a lot of bouncing, but they air up and it kind of levels the ride out, levels the trailer out, just keeps everything nice and smooth going down the road. So leaf springs, air ride, the more you know. Anybody remember that on TV? The more you know. I think it was like a public service announcement or something like that. I can't really remember. All right, well, I think we had a pretty good week, don't you? I think we did. You know, I think the warmest we got was 87 degrees. Right now it's 26 degrees, which is way better than 30 degrees below zero, because it almost feels like a heat wave still for up here. Everything's muddy again. Yes, the truck's getting a little muddy, so we got to mop the floors up again this weekend, which is all doable, completely doable. I actually got it to where all 10 lights work while we were down there. Let's see here. Okay, cool. Got to see some, well, what I call pretty cool scenery. I got to mess around with palm trees. I got to get a chuckle out of some craziness down there in Laredo. From the comments I've been reading a little bit so far, the way it sounds is everybody was backed up because of the storm, is why it was just so crazy. It gets a little crazy down there, but it was like really, really crazy. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna call it a week. I'm gonna go home. We're gonna be done trucking, and I told you all of this already. So you guys keep yourself safe as always. I'll see you next time. Yankee Doodle went to town, went to town, went to town. Yankee Doodle went to town and didn't even care. I don't know the real song. Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a